Hello everybody. Today I'm going to tell you about the new version of PolyBridge. This version is going to be the update 7.5, and the main feature is that the SandBox has been redesigned and reworked and plenty of new features. I'm very excited about this update. I think it will add a whole lot of variety to the workshop and a lot of new things that you couldn't do before. So this is a level that I've built in the SandBox to show off some of the new features. And I'm going to go back to the SandBox. So first off, as you can tell, this looks completely different. This is a blueprint version of the layout. Everything's in 2D. Took me a little while to get used to, but I like it a lot after getting used to it. You got these are your anchors, you got your cars, so forth. You've got your, instead of having the boxes over here, we've got our objects over here. So if we want to drag a balloon out here, we can do that. And if I click the balloon, I've got my options to edit it. And so that's just pretty much a whole new look. And in addition to new look, you've also got several new features that will really help the SandBox, or help you create types of levels you couldn't do before. The first one is the checkpoint. If you notice this flag right here, this is a square flag for the C car, and that means that this car needs to get to this checkpoint before it goes over here. And there's various things I can do upon a whenever I hit a checkpoint. And then the second thing is there's a whole new events editor. I think before there was just everything happened in a sequence. It was first A happens, then B happens, then C happens, and you could make a couple things happen during like the second event. But now things can happen parallel. I don't have that much parallel happening in my example here. What this is doing is it's saying it starts here, goes to B, goes to C, and then once I get to the checkpoint, then it starts this other sequence off. But I could also have other things continue after that at the same time to have where you have multiple things happening at once. And I'm planning to make a whole video about events where I can talk about all the stuff you can do and how to read this and everything. And then, see, the other thing that I think is super exciting is we've got custom shapes. So if you look at this thing right here, we can create a whole different types of shapes, and we can just make it whatever we want. And this item is basically like a big landmass that you've got. And so in this particular part in the middle, it was a little wider than the 4-meter landmass, and I can overlap too, but I felt like it would look kind of nice if I made a custom shape to be the middle instead. You could use these to make a wall in the middle. You could use them to make an incline, where you've got, just use your own creativity, figure it out. So first off, I'm going to show you how this happens. So we got the first car goes over here. The bridge is raised up. Second one goes over here. Once it gets to the checkpoint, the boat goes across. Then the bridge drops, and then the car and the last two cars go at the same time. And yep, I guess the other one finishes in the middle. Now one thing, another cool thing that is added to this is you also have a hydraulic controller. The hydraulic controller, if you noticed previously, whenever a hydraulic phase would go, every hydraulic would either expand or contract. If it was expanded, it would contract. If it was contracted, it would expand. Right now, what you can do is you can open this up. You see the event editor, and if I click on the second phase for the hydraulics, you can see these two are highlighted and this one is not, which means that during the second hydraulic phase, this bridge will stay lifted. If it dropped, then I would end up with this last car on the bottom section and the level wouldn't be solved. So that's certainly really cool. You can also do, another thing that that is changed is the split joints. There's not an example here, but if I made this you can now make a split joint attached to a different split joint. So if you were lifting up a bridge, you could snap it into a new position. And I will talk about that in more in a different video as well. So let's exit here. And the another neat thing is the workshop has now some new changes. These are kind of small changes, but they will help people keep things in line. The first thing is we've now got a following tab. So if you click to follow any users in the workshop, then now all their levels will show up nice and conveniently in a tab. If you go to look at a level, you've got a little heart here. If I click this heart, it says follow author in the lower left. Okay. If you click the heart, then that person is added to your follow, and any other levels that they create will now show up in this following tab. So you can find all my levels easily. Yay. Alright, the other neat things is you can now rate things. If I decide I like the slingshot bridge, I can give it a thumbs up, and it will now be, I guess it should be at 34. I don't know if I have to refresh it or not. Alright, and then let's see. You've got the ratings, you can follow users. Another thing you've got is you have to look at a new level. So you've got the tags, which will appear. This level doesn't have any tags, but you will have certain tags that are created automatically and some that I think that users can create. Will essentially help you, I guess you'll be able to sort levels by the tags. You'll be able to say, I want to view all the levels that have hydraulics, and there may be a hydraulics tag, or there might be an unlimited budget tag. There's a whole bunch of stuff that they will have. And the other thing I'm told is that you also will have I think they called it autoplay, where you can create, when you submit a level, you can have it submitted with your design. So when players open the level, they can actually see the design that you submitted the level with, and they can edit it and play with it, and then people might create some really crazy contraption. Zatosh has shared a windmill that he created on a custom map. He might upload that to the map or to the workshop, and there might be a tag that is like an art, or it's a fancy level. It's not whatever, I don't know. But anyways, you would be able to see the cool design that he made and play with it and tweak with it on your own. The last thing, which I think is certainly worth mentioning, and is that the GIFs that you're able to do, previously it was a maximum of 10 seconds, and you have a setting here, I think it defaults to 10 seconds. You can change the maximum length to 30 seconds. I don't really see why you would leave it at 10. I guess it's probably a little more processor friendly to create shorter GIFs. If you play a whole simulation and it's longer than 10 seconds, and your replay length is set to 10 seconds, then you will only get the last 10 seconds of the replay in your GIF. And it looks like you can also change the path of where it saves GIFs. It previously was just everything was on your desktop, but now you can put it somewhere else, which is certainly nice if you want to if you're one of those people who do not like cluttered desktops. Well, that's all for this video. I am planning to create 3 more videos general SandBox tips and tricks where I talk about the SandBox in greater detail. I'm going to do a video specifically on events and a video specifically on the hydraulics controller. So I hope you stay tuned and check those things out, and thank you for watching.